I don't know, it's slow actually. What's going on, man? Okay. So as I said, there are only two things, two transactions that you need to go to. Time of structures, time of calendars. Time of structures is the only place where we configure. So there is only one transaction for all time stuff. All the creation of time, you do it in time of structures. So whereas calendars is used for a different purpose, like it's like calendars for accruals or period end processings, like year-end account closing. So you need to run calendars every month or every pay period. Sorry, not pay period, every period, right? So that's what we use calendars for, whereas all the configuration will be done in time of structures. So I just read some time back there is some big changes to work schedules. Let's see what they are. So we got holidays in the first place. You can link everything to a country or you can make it country independent as well. Okay, let's say for example, I just select. So let's say this is United States. This is New Year. Okay, so just create a holiday. So this is very simple, straightforward stuff. So just go create a holiday here and create new section. Okay, once you create a holiday, you have to go to holiday calendars. Likewise, you have to create all holidays. Whatever holidays that you have, King's Day, Independence Day, whatever day, Martin Luther King Day, all the holidays at a time, no, you cannot. You can import. You can import everything within SUCCESSFACTORS. So you got holiday calendar. So this is where you kind of map both of them. So this is new underscore July underscore calendar. Okay, and this is for United States. So I am just putting to make sure it's all fine. Okay, so this is not for July. Okay, don't take July for me. I'm creating it today, that's it. Don't think I'll have a calendar every month, it's not. So you go to January, you take January 1st. It's a full day, holiday, half day, or whatever you would like to choose. So this is New Year Eve. Right, so this is the one that we just created. Sorry? Mentioning that specific holiday as a full day or yes. So you can say it's a full day holiday or a half day holiday. You will not mention the holiday. We'll mention in the calendar. This year it could be a half day holiday, next year it could be a full day holiday. So likewise. And remember, you need to create holidays every year. It's not going to be like auto rolled out. You can't roll it. So it's like you select it manually. And that's a standard process even in SAP. Don't you guys think so? Every year during the year-end process, what we do is we create a holiday calendar. We don't create it for next 5 years, right? That never happens. We never have the same holidays every year. It's going to change. So that's why maybe the thought doesn't matter. We can simply choose it. So that's why you've got your holidays. So July 4th, Independence Day. Independence Day. So likewise, you choose whatever you want, and okay, likewise, keep adding all your holidays. Sorry, already like how we create a new year, so there could be hundreds of other things that are created. So someone wants a holiday for Valentine's Day as well, so not bad. So maybe someone like Gauri might have created. Okay, so for Gauri, so we can put it as who I don't know who created it.
When you are sending in the holiday calendar, those must be created there, right? Those holidays must be created there before.
Of course, I mean if it is not created, MDF has an advantage where you can simply create it from here as well. Directly, you don't need to go back to holidays and create anything. It can actually come from time profile. Go to the top, time profile, create, so time types, go create, go to time type, you go to time account type, you can create there. Likewise, you can go do the reverse approach as well within MDF, so that's an advantage. So I just created a holiday calendar. You can add holidays. This is simple stuff, so that's why I just put it this way. So you see holidays with full days and half days. It doesn't make sense to give full day holidays, so let's make it half day. Okay, so we'll give a half day holiday and full days holidays here. Then we go to work schedules. So then in work schedules, now we've got something called as work schedule model. You see here, we've got a simple module, a simple model, the actual standard success factors. But now this is something that changed. So there's like a period work schedules that we have. The concept of period work schedules and everything have come up here. Previously this was not there. So for that, if you need to know how it works, so you have to go to work schedule day model. So here you can say how many hours that you have per day. Okay, so like say for example, I can say that as 10 hours a day. Daily, yes, daily work schedule you can say. Previously it was not available. These people are, again, as I said, they're SAPing it. So, instead of leaving success factors the way it was, they're kind of making it another SAP system. So, previously it was very simple. I'll show you though how it used to work. And it works quite efficiently also. It's just that you have a week, select it and it repeats after that. You want to put 2 weeks, put 2 weeks and it repeats after that. 3 weeks repeats after that. So this is, and you need to select your hours. So here we say 10 hours. What's going on? This is not working. This is not working.
This one you have to create here, then only we can do it in next. We can't do it there. Without creating holidays, directly we have created, we can create holiday calendar.
I can also create actually but morally something, yes, you cannot. Because there you just select, I'll show you. It should be, I think you can create it, because anything in MDF can be created directly on screen. This is not.
Can we create, just like I have a requirement just second Saturday given a holiday. Can I create like that?
Sorry, who's that?
This is Ashwini here.
Ashwini, yes, I think you can create it. Depends on the model, as I said. So when we go to work schedule, previously we had, what happened, sorry? Charging, I think it's okay, it's sufficient. So 48 minutes, I think it's good. So, we go to the model. So you see how you got a simple module, simple model, period model, schedule model. So we go to simple first. So simple, you see out there, as I said, they're SAP, feeing it, whatever you want to say. All these values are new. Previously this was not there. What we had was day one, let's say 8 hours. Okay, so this was like this previously. This is also changed. So 8, simple. This is a simple model, okay? So they have kind of screwed the screen by putting a lot of data. Otherwise, what we had before is a simple work schedule, and then you select the days and everything. It just used to work fine, absolutely. First is Monday, second is Tuesday by default, okay? So let's I select it. This is 8, 6, 0, 7, 0. So this is how we used to define previously. As I said, this is basic time piece that was available. Now they're trying to make it a bit more complex by giving you more options to define hours and everything. Here also, if you look at it, they're bringing you average hours per day, average hours per week. So this for SAP. This for SAP, literally SAP. They want to send data from SUCCESSFACTORS to SAP. That's why they brought here. This is especially for those folks who wants to have it integrated back to their SAP system. Otherwise, it's not. So now when I go to standard, man, external code and external name of this work schedule and code of the work schedule. Sorry?
In that sense, the SFA should make it more complicated. So when the customer come back and say that...
Do you think they can come back and say, no, don't do this? No, I don't think so. It's like more functionality available. Customer can't complain. They're bringing more functionality. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. You still have the basic stuff as is. And the thing is, it's a responsibility of the consultant to make sure he knows what he's doing. So from a customer perspective, I don't think how usually they think on how it's done rather than what can be done is what they can think about. Now there's a simple stuff which was previous case. Now you see more stuff. Periodic models. So here you need to select a day category. It's a day model. Okay, so in a day model, what you can do is you need to assign your day model. We just assign. So day one, you can assign a day model. That means you're giving your daily work schedule here. Okay, so this one, if you go and click, it shows you how much is a time that you're going to work per day. How is it different? How is it different is the point. And I never used it for a customer till now, so.
Praveen, this is Kanchan. Just a question. When you are doing this, Praveen, is there any break you can put there? Any break day, like you are working 10 hours or anything, there is a break for 1 hour or half an hour, anything there?
Break, that's what I said. No, I don't see it. I mean, usually we don't have it. As I said, this is not SAP. So we don't have break models. We don't have all those things. So there's a period work schedule. So you just have a daily work schedule that you assign to period work schedule, which is nothing but SAP, I would say. I don't like it. And you got a schedule. So we have got So we got them.
Again, why? Again, is it
I'm also thinking why it's asking. So it's like 3 days work and 4 days off. I don't know, man. So there's a work schedule and a work schedule. I don't know what it is. To be honest, I don't know. It's not period, it's a schedule, that's it. Here we can understand. I can simply put direct planned hours, nothing. You can put, sure. So these are all new stuff that came recently, as I said, 1505, making it another SAP. I don't understand why you have a schedule within a schedule. Do you have the handbook, someone? Handbook. Because this is new for me as well, so why schedule within a schedule? So I don't know. But any which ways, okay, we'll try to create a one simple stuff like how we did before. So what you assign for an employee central time off, okay, we have the latest one with this, so which is good. What we need to do is work schedules. So I don't know why we have a schedule within a schedule, even I'm curious to see what it does. Okay, so it says, let's try to go through this, okay. So your day model is used when you have different schedules for an employee and you want to reuse the schedules. Let's say you've got, not about, you could put it as A shift, B shift. But if you manually create it using simple model, what happens is every time you go to work schedule, you need to say 8 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours. You never know what you need to put. That's why we've got a day model that we saw where we assign days. So you are reusing the days, right? So you have the day model which you're reusing. You can say 8 hours, 9 hours, or whatever it is in the day model, and you use it within your period work schedule. That's something which is easy, but the third one is something that's not. Okay.
So we can also have a week offs over here.
Yeah, of course, you put 0, it becomes a week off.
Hello?
You put a 0, it becomes a week off.
Yes.
Okay, so the work schedule model, the schedule model, what we saw the last one, is a little strange from what it explains. So when we go here in the period model, what we have is the schedule in itself with the start date. So you select different schedules. Let's say, for example, an employee works 1 week, shift 1 with some schedule. Second week, he works in a different schedule. Third week, he works in a different schedule. And then these 3 repeats after, yeah. It's not a daily, but a weekly schedule that he's talking about. That's why we have this schedule part. Now I'm clear at least. So it's like schedules are mapped to one period schedule. Let's say you work in shift 1 where you work 4 days, 10 hours a day, 3 days off. The next week you come, you work in shift 2, 5 days, 8 hours and 2 days off. Then you come to third week, you work in night shift, 3 days, 12 hours and then 4 days off. Then this repeats. Schedule rotations. Not daily, if you look at it, it's a period rotation. A period schedule. We have a week, 2 week, third week, and then you combine all of them into one main schedule. That's what this one is used for, which I feel is okay. So employee is working 3 different shifts and that repeats after everything. So that's when we might use. Right. So what we need to do is we need to take this. We need to say that it's day 1 you work, day 2 you work, day 3 you work. Then you select a schedule, save it. 3 different schedules assigned to one. Let me show you. Now I'm a bit clear why this can be used. So you need to select the model. Okay, so you assign the schedule within the schedule. A bit. That happens every week actually. So it depends on the daily basis, daily schedule. So what you tell, like day one, which day, how much work you're doing. So based on that, you're mapping them into one schedule. It's a simple schedule that you assign. Okay, so let's go back. So once you have the work schedules, previously this was a very simple stuff. I don't know why they're making it complex, to be honest.
Sir, please explain again the schedule one, sir. The last one, schedule one.
So the schedule talks about,
Because it's little bit.
so you have got your schedule here, right? So when you go to a schedule, you've got a period model. The period model needs to be created. So you can also go here, search for a period model. I don't see it. Why? So I take this model, period model. So I just need to put day 1, you work in the particular shift. Let's say you work 8 hours. Okay, you work 8 hours. You take this planned hours, you put day model inside the schedule, yes. Schedule. Day model. So likewise, you create your values for your schedule, let's say. You just keep on adding. So for the days, you put your schedules. So I just have to maintain everything, let's say I put so just keep adding. I don't know what is easier here, to be honest. This is ridiculous, man. The first point is we need to have few examples from SAP on what they're doing, so otherwise it's a bit tough. So now, okay, so you created a period, you choose a day model, and then you assign, sorry, Hmm. Is already in use, so the particular one that we're using is already used by some absences.
There too,
Maybe I should.
you have
No,
it
I
flat.
think- well, no, I gave the day model for that. Actually, I should create a new one. I should create a period model.
I think I have to create a period model, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
those
it's
ones are
nothing
more-
but it's nothing but a work schedule. What I have to do is I have to create it here. Okay, so let me quickly this is crap. Work schedule. This is period model, right? So this is something that we need to work on. United States. So just assign your category 1, day 1, your day model or a planned hours to just take day model, planned hours, 3 day models, 6. These are my standard working hours. Sorry? What happened? So this is 0, this is 0. Okay, so we've got our planned hours, which we did, and then we got our test underscore period model. Okay. Day model, you assign the daily work schedule instead of giving standard number of hours. You can assign a day model, select your day model that we created instead of assigning number directly. It should work. So either you can select daily work schedule or directly enter the number of hours in the period itself. So if you want to say that every second week you put 4 hours by default it takes. Okay, so we created this. So this is, I feel not so good here. They brought it similar to something like SAP here. Period work schedule, daily work schedule, which was not the case before. So once you have it, let's move on to something important. This is not so. So this is very important of all the time stuff. And here also you've got some new things coming. Payout eligibility is something new, and there is a help. Users fail to determine whether the time account type is relevant to payouts. That means if let's say you've got overtime, or let's say you've got not overtime, sorry, you've got vacation where you'll pay vacation if there is a balance. Okay, how do you pay out? Existing leave balance you want to encash. So for that, if I say it's eligible, then you need to map it to a pay component group. Let's say you can assign a pay component. Okay, so for example like this, you can assign a pay component and pay component group. So wherein it will be assigned to your, when they want to encash it, it will be paid to that particular, it will be paid to your particular pay component that you map it here. So pay component is nothing but a wage type. Okay, so if I put eligible, So it asks for pay component. The pay component is a wage type. So you're mapping it to a wage type. This is for usually when you have payroll connection within this. So it might be used for sending it there. Yes, Levy. So interim account update rule is also new, but I can explain you a bit about this functionality. So interim account updates is used when, let's say you've got your, account, you're using it till let's say 2014 or 2015. Okay, so you got your balance credited and you take it to next year. At the end of the year, let's say mid of the year, they say all the previous balance that you have should be closed. Whatever you use till now, you use it. At the end of the year, let's say you want to close, or only 5 days should be transferred at that point. So this is not a period end processing. Period end processing is already done at the year end. But at one point in between, let's say after March or after some time, so you need to update your rule, update your account. Okay, so this is something that we'll see. This is new. So this is usually a scenario that we do at in between a year. We'll see this one. And then you got the regular stuff. All these other things are standard and normal time off stuff. So we go and create. So accrual frequency period. So what is an accrual frequency period? So how frequent your accrual should run. So whether you accrue on a monthly basis, weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, semi-monthly basis, daily basis, annual basis. So let's say there is an time type which will accrue only once in a year or once forever. Then if that's not a recurring, so not once in a year, usually once in a year is also recurring. But there are, let's say, time account types which will be given only once. That's it. Only once. Once in whole lifetime.
Hello.
Service, yeah. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, Praveen sir, Bhushan this side.
Yes, Bhushan.
Yeah, what exactly accrual frequency is?
So accrual frequency is how frequently you accrue your absences. Let's say, for example, there are companies which give you which give you vacation accrual every month. They say work for this month, you get 2 days of absence. Next month you work, you get 2 days of absence. So here the frequency of accrual is month. So every month you accrue 2 days of absence. Okay, absence here I mean is quota. Here balance, leave balance. So every month you accrue 2 days of absence. So the accrual frequency here is monthly. Let's say I take monthly. So whereas I said only once is used when you create accruals once in his whole service in the organization. That's usually rare. But those accruals which doesn't recur are the ones that you assign. So like for example, you've got what do we call? I don't know. Sorry? The scenario for once is what I'm thinking about. So I came across one sometime back. So anyway, so that's not a major issue. You never come across frequently at least. So usually you get once in a year scenario where you choose annually. Otherwise you choose as per your regular frequency that your company has. So this accrual frequency is the time period in which you accrue your absences. Okay, your quota, leave balance. Then you want to simulate your accruals? Yes. Why I choose yes? Because I would like to show you, okay, this month you have 10 days. Next month, you want to apply leave, let's say for the month of December. You want to know what is your projected balance on that particular date. Then only you can plan accordingly. So when I choose simulate, it simulates and shows you as per one date, as per a particular date. If I don't choose it, it only shows your existing balance. If you have only 5 days today, it shows only 5 days. Whereas if you want to apply for a leave in the month of December, you'd like to know how many days that you have when you go and apply a leave in the month of December now. So that's why I use simulation. Okay, so first accrual booking offset. This is very important. We don't use it though, but there are some companies which might. So what is first accrual booking offset? Is it accrual booking of, it says first accrual booking offset. How many days after which you can start using your accruals, or when you can accrue your absence? There are companies which says first 6 months you don't get any absence. Okay, so let's say if I put 90 days, first 90 days you don't get any accruals. Okay, it's like a waiting period.
I think Praveen, I think this is, how do you say, is probably transfer, right? Accrue transferring that day after 60 days it will transfer to entitlement, right? If I use a normal generic word, right?
Exactly. It's like you get let's say 2 days in the first month. Okay, you're getting accruals, but you cannot use it. You cannot say you cannot apply any absence for, let's say, first 3 months. Even though the accruals are going on, you cannot book it. That's what booking is. Booking offset. Your booking is closed for this period, but accruals keep happening. You cannot apply.
Let's say, for example, like employee has joined in the month of January, and if we put it as 90 days,
He can only apply absence from 1st of April.
even though he got 2 or 3
Exactly.
approved,
Mm-hmm.
but still he can apply the leave only from April.
Exactly. So that's an offset, booking offset. You're moving your booking start date to some date. Offset is by moving some days. Okay. Whereas time from hire to first accrual, this is what it is. So this is what you're talking about, your probation period. Let's say in first 6 months you don't accrue at all. In the first 6 months, you don't have any accrual for a particular type of absence. In that case, your time from hire to first accrual becomes 6 months. So you can select, let's say 6 here and then put the time unit. You can put the units. Okay. So the time from hire to first accrual is nothing but your waiting period for accruing, not booking. Okay. So you cannot accrue at all in the first place. If I put something here, you cannot accrue. Whereas the previous case you can accrue, but you cannot book it. Okay. So then you got your hire rule, termination rule, accruals based on. So hire rule and termination rules. These are proration rules. And that means, let's say, for example, I've got an employee who's joining the organization on the 15th of the month. Okay. So you want to give only 15 days of accrual, not 1 month of accrual for that particular month. Okay, or if you do it at an yearly basis, on a yearly basis. On a yearly basis, if an employee receives, let's say, 24 days of absence, okay, so you join in the month of June. So your company says you should receive only for 6 months. The number of months remaining in that year multiplied by whatever logic that you put in the backend. But the point is, you want to get, you should get only prorated absences. Similarly, when you have termination, sometimes your leave balance is linked to your full and final settlement, right? So you get accrual at the beginning of the year for the full month. Full year, sorry. You get 24 days of absence at the beginning of the year itself. But you don't, let's say, work for the full year. You just left in the month of May. So you work for 5 months. You should only have 10 days of balance in your account, and the rest should be removed because you're leaving the organization well in advance. So that we only, if at all, if they are balanced, you only encash it for 10 days. And then you got, sorry. That's a number and this is a unit that you choose. 6 days, 60 days, 6 months. So you put a number here which says 6, then 6 weeks, 6 months. That's it. Then termination and hire or for your proration, as I said. Then we come to the most important, most critical aspect.
Praveen, before you ask a question, Praveen,
Mm-hmm.
Is that you have to write a rule for this, whatever rule you want for hire rule and termination, you have to write a specific rule outside.
Right. We have to write a rule. We'll be doing it. I'm just trying to explain you the terminologies.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll write rules for hire, termination, accruals and everything. First we write an accrual, then we do period end, and then we come to proration concept. Okay, so accruals based on standard. Okay, so this will give way to more of fields. So here level of accrual automation, full automation. So this it creates accruals by itself automatically. You just don't need to run it every time. So it will automatically create the accruals. So right now I choose no automation, let's say for example, and then the fields that are created is balance cannot fall below. So this is like negative balance. You can put up to 5. So let's say that means an employee can take leave balance up to -5. That means he can go beyond his quota and take up to 5 leaves. If I don't put anything, then the employee cannot take anything beyond his quota. Not as many as he wish. He cannot take anything beyond his quota. If I put 0 or blank, both are same. If I put -100, he can take up to -100 days. This is good if a company gives us. Okay, so let's say this is vacation _ July _ USA. So this is vacation USA units. So whether this absence is accrued in days or hours. Okay, so account creation type is very important. Is it recurring or permanent? So what is account creation and what is accrual frequency? What's the difference between these two? Account creation is every year do you create a new time account for this one, or you kind of use one that kind of recurs every month. Usually you create recurring. Why? Because the last year you close it and then start a new one. It's not like a one vacation balance which you keep on adding and do something. No, you don't do it. Right? Every year you get a new vacation accounts and then you transfer the old balance from the previous account to the current year's account. It's not like you create one account at the time of hiring and then you keep on adding and say, that's not how it works. Right? So usually, so what we do here is we got our recurring account creation type. So here account booking offset. What is this used for? So what is this account booking offset here and account first accrual booking offset here? What's the difference between both of them? What is this account booking offset and the first accrual booking offset? Both the cases, what is the difference? Let's say I have a scenario where my employees are able to choose absences up to 3 months after end of the year. So for 2014 balance, I can use it till, let's say, month of March of 2015. After that, it will lapse. So that's your accrual booking offset, 3 months. Let's say if the vacation account for 2015 starts from 1st of January till 31st of December, then if I say accrual booking offset 3, that means You can book your absences for this particular account till the month of March. This particular year, yes. When I say account, year. So the 2015 balances can be used till 2016 March.
2015 balance can be used till 2016 March. But can that balance be used only for 2015 period, or can that balance be used either in the January and February and March?
January, February and March only. That's why you put 3 months. Otherwise you put December 31st. If I have to apply in this month of December, I can. No one is going to stop me. Right. So if I am in March already and if I'm doing it, it's like backdated, right? So, but here it's like you can use it after your validity end date. So you have something like, what is that called in SAP? You have validity date and deduction date. Deduction from and deduction to date. This is your deduction to date. Whereas the validity is a period, annual. That's when I say recurring, then it becomes annual. Okay. Then you've got account creation start date. So when does a new account creates every time? When does the new account starts? So employee hire date or account valid from day or month. So what is the difference between employee hire date and account valid day? So remember, when you choose employee hire date, it becomes very, very tough to do such kind of a time of peace, even though it's still negative, because the rules are going to change on employee's hire date, which is ridiculous. No one uses it. Okay, so we usually use account valid from day, then put the day and month. That means every 1st of January, the account will be created. So account start date would be 1st of January. This is your validity date, validity from date, from SAP perspective. Okay, so what I'm doing here is account creation started. I said account recurs every year. So when does it recur? When does that start? 1st of January. So every year at the beginning of the year, 1st of January, a new account would be created for your vacation. Okay?
Praveen,
Every year.
question.
Can we leave it as pro rata or
We'll talk about it. Continuous.
Yeah, Praveen, actually what, correct me if I'm wrong, what you are doing now, you have just created one time account type, right, here? So
Right,
what are
yes.
my understanding here is you just created one type of vacation like annual leave or annual holiday, or you just created one, you may have to create more than one, right?
Absolutely, yes. So it's just one type of vacation. So you might create sick, you might create casual leave, you might create different types of other absences that you are eligible for in your organization. So just
What is the
creating
name?
one.
External code is the name, right, for this vacation? Like
External code is
vacation
the
leave.
name, yes. Right. Vacation code. External code is the name of the, or ID of the vacation or absence.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So here, guys, so this account, have a question? If you're done, I can start. So your account creation start date. So here you can also say account creates automatically. That means every beginning of the year, without you running calendars, system by default generates the accounts. Okay.
What is the difference between the account creation that recurring and automatic?
So this is linked to this. When you put recurring, it says it should be created every year. That means the validity of the year, validity of the account becomes 1 year. Whereas if I choose permanent, it's like it's valid from start of time till end of the time, only one account, everything gets added to it, which is wrong. Because every year your vacation has some conditions that your companies apply. It says you can use, let's say, all of them, or let's say if you did not use 5 days, it will be transferred to next year, or I'll encash you, or they will lapse. Whatever logic that apply will apply for your application or any other absence type every year. So that's why we are using a recurring account, which means it recurs every year. And account creation, so whether you want to create it manually or system wants to generate it by default. So that's what automatic account creation is. I'll show you the manual process first, because it's the standard or the good old way of success factors, where at least we're ready to go. We're ready to go. We'll go. Right. So we have here period and processing. I did not talk about it at this point. So we have got the posting order. So which one should be displayed in your postings? So these are all characteristics. I'm still talking about the characteristics of an account type. I did not talk about how many days, what logic, for whom, what, nothing. We'll talk about it. That's why we have different rules. Each rule has a concept. Oh, you want me to explain tomorrow? Okay. So the first thing that we might do is an accrual creation rule. What?
Maybe Praveen, today you start maybe tomorrow that bit. Maybe it's already 1:30.
Yeah, I'll start tomorrow because it's an important topic. So I guess we should take this tomorrow.
Praveen, Manoj here. See, the timekeeping is done or still because
No,
we
have
timekeeping and we then again jumping into the kind of absences and all. So there's
what
so
do you
many
mean by
things.
timekeeping? I'm sorry,
The timekeeping. Yeah. The timekeeping in initially there are two things. Okay, the timekeeper will have a set of records where all the workers will come into the organization. They'll swipe in, swipe out, and based on swipe and swipe out, they have to do the interfaces into system. Number one, or
Sir,
a
first
timekeeper
point,
will enter.
as I said,
Timekeeper,
we don't have a positive time solution. We can't maintain swipe in, swipe outs, nothing. That's not possible.
okay, not required. Okay, swipe in, swipe out, not required. Okay, when the workers come into the organization, and okay, so a timekeeper will be there, and he will enter the what time he has the workers came into the organization. So they will enter, say for example, 8 o'clock, based on the shifts. Then he will go. We need variances. For example, the employee comes in organization and it goes into the work schedule. There should be some breaks where we enter those breaks. And the third thing is after.
Okay, let me explain. One second, Manoj. Hold on. Let me explain. So what is negative time management, guys? So do we record an employee's time entries, exits, breaks, anything?
No.
We only record absences or deviations ideally. So that's what we have within SUCCESSFACTORS. That's what I said. It's just a time of peace. Okay, I clearly explained yesterday what we deal with. We deal with the absence management part of time. That's the only functionality that we have. Okay, so we don't do timekeeping.
Okay.
We don't
So
ask someone to enter which time you're logging in, which time you're logging out. But we have a timesheet solution, which is very basic, which came up recently, that we'll discuss once we're done with this major part of times that we have.
yeah. So the workers work in 12 hours. Okay, 8 hours is general hours. So remaining 4 hours, system should automatically consider this as a overtime or not.
Exactly, sir. You're talking about positive time valuation. It's actually called time valuation. We're not at there. As I said, we're talking only about the absence management, please. Please don't mix both of them. As I said, please don't bring your PeopleSoft, SAP, or Workday or any other. No. I understand. So first, let's try to understand. No, Manoj, give me a second. Let's try to understand what SUCCESSFACTORS has to offer. Obviously, we have discussions, so we'll discuss it. That's what I said. Because there are people with non-SAP, non-technical backgrounds. I want to make sure they understand the basic functionality what SUCCESSFACTORS offers. I'm free to discuss the technical aspects because I'm an SAP guy, time guy, payroll guy. So we can talk about all the possibilities that we have in time. But what SUCCESSFACTORS offers, let's try to first see that because it's a bit tricky. Everything is written through rules. So I want to give the priority to non-SAP, non-technical folks to start with. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to give the basic functionality field by field. trying to explain what this does, what this does, what this does. We'll go in a sequence. Then once we are done with setting up and seeing how the absences, accruals and everything is done, then we'll open the floor for complete discussions. What is possible, what is not. Okay?
Yeah. So before that, Praveen, my request is, so based on your experience and, you're seeing some requirements. So first we'll talk about the basic line HR requirements, and then, we're not bringing any other solutions based on the line HR experiences. So how are we going to set up this into the system?
Okay. So from
that will
an
be-
HR perspective, from an employee
HR.
perspective, what we do in SUCCESSFACTORS time off is an employee can get his quota created, he can apply an absence, it can go for approvals, and it can come back whatever year end that you do, you move on to next year. This is just an absence management piece. It does not record your time, it does not record your time entries, it does not talk about your overtime, it does not talk about any valuation. Nothing. It does not talk about your attendances at all. At all. Only the absence management piece. Okay? So absences, what do we have in absences? So you've got different types of absences that your company provides here. The quotas, the vacations, right? So vacation or sick leave or casual leave. So every year, let's say you get 20 days of absence. So how do you accrue these 20 days? What are the functionalities? What are the logics available? You see them here, and we'll then write these rules, and we try to accrue the balance and show it at an employee level. Then employee goes and applies an absence. Then see how this functionality gets completed. That's all what we have within the absence management piece. Okay? So that's what we're going to see. I guess I explained this part a bit yesterday, what we can do. So anyway, once we start this tomorrow, it should be more clear what it is, what it does. And then we go to timesheet functionality, which is very, very new, which is quite minimal. So there we'll see how, and if you enter, let's say 8 hours, it says normal. If you enter 10 hours, it might say 2 hours of overtime. So that valuation, we do it in the next level when we go to timesheet functionality. Okay? That's also basic. Don't expect too much of complexity there. It's quite minimal. Okay? So we'll see that in the next classes. All right.
Thank
So
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Praveen. Have a good day.
thanks everyone.
Yeah,
you guys
thanks.
have a good day. We'll catch up
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.